Hey guys, just got out of the shower. Oh my God, I feel so much better. I was like going like this and the skirt was coming off and I'm like, oh God, I hate that. That means you sweated and it was good. I also got a little bit of a sunburn. Just a little bit. Like a little bit. That's a lot. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Now I get to put some stuff on it to make sure that it doesn't like get really nasty. So a friend of mine on Twitter was like, dude, do you know you have an OnlyFans? And I'm like, I do not. He says, what is this? Apparently, in February, I had set up like the account, but not anything to it. And I was following somebody, and I went to like get everything set up to that point. I'm like, no, no, this is not me. No, I have Snapchat. I don't need to look people up on OnlyFans and go, that guy right there. So then it dawned on me while I was talking to this guy that who cares? Now, am I going to publicize that I have OnlyFans? On Twitter, I did. In an hour, I had almost 1,100, what do they call that? Impressions. I got retweeted a number of times. People are weird. So I'm going to skip from this because this is just meant to talk about where the world is right now. And I don't want this to be the thing that people go, oh, look, there's his YouTube. Oh, look, he talks about OnlyFans. My OnlyFans is going to be crap, by the way. I'm 54 in like a couple months. Who wants to look at a 54-year-old? I mean, even with the guns, I'm just a 54-year-old guy in the Midwest, hopefully moving to Kentucky. So, yeah, today was hiking, obviously, and I've talked about a number of the things that I've been up to. I've just been like deep diving the what do I need to do next as far as apartment hunting. I think I found an apartment, but I have to keep looking. They want a $500 deposit, and I'm looking at my credit. Well, I should say I'm looking at my credit cards and how much money I have. And right now, I have $123 to get me until the 15th. And today, dear sweet ones, it's the 3rd. So I'm going to be poorhousing it for a hot minute. I'm supposed to go out tonight, which I'm going to go out tonight. That's going to be $40. That's going to be that's going to be $20 because I'm not drinking. I can drink when I come home. It's just not worth the effort to. Sorry, I play with my hair. I do play with my hair. It's a family thing. But I'm not going to be like, coughing up all my free money the money I earned just to be, in trouble on my drive home. I love police officers. They're awesome. They're actually pretty nice. I shouldn't say bad things. My ex was a sheriff's deputy. I've kind of figured him out. I can talk about that. That's an easy one. So you have to picture our relationship was one where we spent almost all our time together. Now, I grew up in a way where my parents lived on a farm. And we lived, it was a quarter mile in either direction to hit somebody. So for me, growing up was awful as far as we had nobody. So it was me and my 3 sisters, and we would get into all kinds of trouble because we just had nothing to do. We were bored. And so we'd be out playing in the mud, building cities out of dirt. I had these huge elaborate cities that my parents would plow under and I would get pissed off about. With just little mounds and, it was just a lot of fun for me because there was nothing to do. Literally. I'm not even joking. So becoming an adult, moving to college and having just there was 17,000 kids in my college. And I made friends with as many of them as I could. And when I was in this, I had a boyfriend, and he had his group of friends. I had my group of friends. It was all good. As a later adult, um, when I was dating Aaron, he had a group of friends. They kind of fizzled away, and it was just me and him, and that was cool. And then that relationship fizzled because you can't be just the person for somebody. They also need friends, and they also need, stimulus from outside. So with my ex-husband, though, he had a really tight group of friends, and they weren't awful. They weren't good, though. They had the thing that they all did together, and they wanted that to continue. And at the same time, I'm like, okay, so if you follow when you're single as when you're in a relationship with all your friends dictating what you do, and that's pretty much what they did, that doesn't leave us with a lot of room. So they slowly disappeared, and we moved around a bit. And it actually got to the point where we were each other's person, period. And I remember getting into an argument because I'm like, you need to go out and make friends. And he's like, how do I do that? And I'm like, I don't know. Make work friends. And it just boiled down to there was a lot of hostility because, we didn't get settled in. We got settled in Oshkosh, and we got settled in La Crosse. He had friends, he was networking. But when we moved to Virginia and then back to Indiana, he didn't do any work. And I'm making work friends, which they wound up not being very good friends. And I'm okay not knowing them anymore. And I've got a couple people that we were work friends, and then we became good friends outside of that. Seth, Jeanette. So I got some people. And I got some people currently that no. I would say if they disappeared, I probably wouldn't notice most of them. There were a couple that I'd be like, oh, I really want to keep you. But for the most part, it's situational. They're situational friends, not bonded friends like Jeanette or Seth. But, so anyway, so he didn't have anybody except me. And I kept trying to push him to create friendships because it can be overwhelming to be the person that is everything to somebody. Very overwhelming. Especially when I encouraged it to start with because I thought it was cool. And then after a while I'm like, this is not working because I can't talk this much. You need people you can talk to. And you need people you can talk to like, oh my God, AJ is a dick. But I would prefer that you didn't say that. If you had to talk to your friends about me, my preference is just, we're having difficulties, that we keep our difficulties to ourselves, and that, if something's bothering you about me, you'd come to me. Now, if it's like, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed, I don't know how to handle this, and you go talk to somebody, I'm okay. Like, okay, AJ's too much. What do I do? Well, why is he too much? Well, he does this, this, and this. Most people would kill for a boyfriend that did this, this, and this. I know, but this is just getting to me. Then, I still wish you'd come to me first. I'm being overwhelmed. Okay, tell me what I'm doing too much of, or tell me what it is that I'm doing. So, anyway, yeah. It's been interesting. So the long and short of it is, my ex-husband wound up, I think I'm going camping with people, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, actually involved him going down to Camp Buckwood here, which is 18 miles that way, which is a gay camping site for horny homosexual men. And every weekend I get to go through my apps and go, okay, here's somebody from out of town. Here's somebody from out of town. Here's somebody from out of town. Oh, they're cute. Oh, they're cute. Adding people on Instagram, adding people on Twitter. And it's going nowhere. And it didn't, my intent is not for any of this to go anywhere, because right now I'm I'm vacating my post here. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'll have to take on some debt, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to push for a sign-on bonus. When they finally convert me, I'll be like, okay, I need a sign-on bonus because I packed on a lot of debt for you guys, and they'll probably be cool about it. And I have to start, oh my God, I got to start going through and doing budget again, because great. I suck at, I'm really good at budgets. I suck at paying attention to them though. Especially when I get out of work and I come home and I need to do things and Wolfie's being all cuddly, and then we wind up watching YouTube videos for hours on end. Today we've watched YouTube videos for 4 hours while he slept on my lap, which was really cute. A lot of them were hiking in bluegrass and some other stuff that's, I'm like, wow, this would be really cool. And I got to learn more. Oh my God, Julian himself, Julien himself. I've been listening to his stuff, and wow, dude, it's exactly what I've been saying, only he's better at it. Nobody pays attention to you. It's liberating. I don't have to worry about if I trip going up a flight of stairs, right? You trip and you catch yourself and you keep going and you're like, oh my God, everybody just saw that. Nobody cares. Unless they're like into you and paying close attention to you, because they're like, that guy right there, he is really, he just tripped. How klutzy is he? And you know what? More than likely they're going to laugh because that was cute. Oh, he caught himself. He's klutzy, but he's not horribly klutzy. And then maybe later they'll come up and say, hey, I just saw you tripped. And you're like, yeah, I'm a klutz. You know what? Feet go up and they go back down. And sometimes they do that whenever the F they want to. But if you make it a joke and pull yourself into the joke and laugh about it, guess what? That joke has no power over you. And whatever it is that just happened to you is irrelevant. And I sat there when listening to this guy and I'm like, oh, this is it. This is it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, I have dragged you guys through all this, and you're probably not going to listen to much of it anyway. So now that you've made it to the end of the whole program, I need you to understand that I've been standing here. I'm not even wearing socks. So, food for thought. You just have to picture all that. It's not as great as you think. It's not bad. Nobody's ever went, I thought there would be more pickle. You get me. So anyway, I love you guys. I love you, dude. There's just a lot in motion right now, and I'm trying to stay above water. And any advice anybody has to give me would be appreciated. So once again, love you guys. Love you, dude. See ya.